Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I will be working on Pack 20 for the most part. Now, the reason I have this here is because even though it doesn't tell us to, I will be doing a small sound test due to the fact that we get to build the complete mode. So, what I'm going to do is I will be installing the double A's. This now, just so that I can do the sound test right away. After I'm done, I'm going to double check to make sure it's turned off, just so that I can make sure I'm not wasting power. I mean, I could also just plug it in, since it does also run on a USB-C, but for now I'm going to leave it as battery only. Now, we are already completely done with the phase, but I did want to bring it over so that when I am done with... Actually, I also brought it over because I was going to place the ship on it for this last stage. For part of this stage. I also want to bring over to show that I have also put a good bit of the aluminum tape on the edge. Now, in stage 20, they will have us want to install our engine room, but I am not quite there yet. I still have a bit more to do on my engine room. But for now, let's switch it over so start the build. Well, the instructions for it. It says hills, silver, different ones. Here we are. Let's go back 21 was already up there. I might quickly reload you as well. So I can look. Yep, there you are. Alright, pack 20. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need is our stage 111, which you're actually 112. Alright. Alright, here we are, 111. So we're going to need this one first. And this one we get 2 bags of PM screws. As well as a massive piece. Here on the This is our very last piece of steel, which is metal. Now let's make sure I oh, actually this is that's how it's screwed. It is that's our Alright, yeah, this screw is just a regular Phillips head, but this will go right underneath like so, and actually seems to be held in quite nice and tight. And they're showing that they need to attach the PM screws to the front three. It shows that we need to attach 3 PMs right there first. You're not going to be magnetic if that's tensions there. That's annoying. But they want us to attach them here. Now I'm just going to get them started. I'm not actually going to fully attach it just yet. I want to wait until I get all of them. Started. Or at least a good majority of them. All right. Actually, with this holding tight. And I just realized I'm going to metal, so let me grab a small jar, and I'm going to take my 3-in-1, which I just got a few days ago. Open it. And squeeze a small bit out. You know what? It's too late for these 3, but let's loosen this guy. Dip it in oil. Okay, yeah, that is so much easier. So yeah, with technology, now that I am going to start doing from now on, is I'm going to dip my screws in a little 3-in-1 oil. It also helps that I cut into it a bit, but from now on, I am going to be loading up, dipping the screw in, and then tightening. Don't know why that one feels like it's not going all the way. Oh well. Let's see. Okay, now it's all. But yeah, now that they're going to want us to start on the right starboard side and get all these down. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Since it's only going up to here, I might look into maybe just airbrushing the bottom of in this section of the floor with a chrome color, but I'm not sure yet. To help bounce the light around a whole lot better, but we'll see. But yeah, dipping the screws into oil, I highly recommend doing that now. Because as you probably know, it was a nightmare. Or not a nightmare, it was, a lot of these parts are extremely tight, as is. So, I highly recommend dipping them in oil. Now, and not only will it go in a lot easier, but it's going so easily you will actually know when it's in all the way without any risk of the screws breaking. Well, anyways, now that that side's done, they're going to want us to now do the port side screws. Why did that feel like it's crooked? And my fingers are going to be a bit. Fingers are definitely going to feel a bit weird and after I'm done with this, but it'll be fine and worth it after I get all of this done. Just going to make sure everything's nice and tight. All right, that should be good. Just have a few more to do, and then this stage will be done. But we'll still be working on getting but it won't be done with the hole after this. Because after we're done with this, we'll be working on this upper section right here. Only one more left, and then this stage will be complete. Okay, I have no idea why I waited so long to do the oil trick. Heck, that might have even made working on the submarines so much easier. And so many YouTubers have a trick. I have no idea why I waited so long. Alright, well, with that, that's the end of that stage. Let's move on to stage 112, which requires, which will be this one right here. And this one we get iron screws, and then another piece of, oh, we're completely done with the keel. All right, and that's when we get a nice backing. Now, we are missing a good bit of plating details right here, but just like the rest of the hull, we're missing a great bit and good bit of windows, so I'm not going to worry about it. In fact, once I'm done attaching this, I am going to put a little bit more of tape on here. Getting all of this, all of that, and around nice and reflective like this. But that won't be until the very end. Let's move this guy out of the way. Make sure that these little notches right here are lined up as we push this down into place. And then take our IMs and begin screwing the section in stern section of the ship down into place. All right, and just like last time, it needs a Phillips head. I think we're done with our Allen key, but we can now, with a bit of oil, start to attach this. Now, I'm going to fully tighten it down, but I'm not going to work on the mill just yet. I'm going to work on the corners so that I can fully make sure everything is properly seated. Four are held down properly. So that it doesn't look wonky. All right. Last two for the mills, and then that'll be this stage complete. Now I'm still working out the main section, so that's why I'm only doing this one stage, because in the next stage they are not only going to want us to, I believe they're going to want us to move a few of these around, but more importantly, in the next stage, they're going to want us to, I missed, nope, that's right. They're going to want us to fully assemble our bridge, promenade, and boat deck areas. And I'm not quite ready for that, so those are going to wait. But with that, that is stage 112 complete. And now we can start on 113. 14. Here we are, 13. Now, the only thing that we're going to be skipping in this one is 114. Mainly because that is going to ask us to install and assemble the engine room into place. And I'm not quite ready for that just yet. But we get IM and AM screws in this one. As for our pieces of our hull pieces, we get the very top of and back of the poop deck, where all of the steering mechanisms would be housed. If I remember, that would go there, but not quite yet, because the first thing they're asking us to do is not this piece. It's this one right here. Is the first thing they're asking us to do is install our port side, or starboard side. Now I'm just placing them down in the way that they want us to install it for now. Yeah, they want us to install this, then that. All right, yeah. And for this, in the starboard and port side, we need our AM screws. We're going to need 3 for each. So I'm just going to pull out 6 of our AMs. Set them aside. We're going to pack the oil, because IM will be. Now, I actually don't know how I'm going to get any frosted windows in those, but they do seem smaller than our bow side. So maybe I might not need to put any frosted windows on here. Now, because I'm worried that this is going to pull up if I tie it too tight on one side, I'm going to play it smart. And wait until I get both sides in before I tan everything down. And now that I have those down, let's. Okay, you came off. I'm worried about if I didn't like that too much oil. So dip you. And tying you back up. Yeah, I think I might be able to. Since these are pretty tiny holes, I'm probably going to not worry about frosting those, but I will check on Todd's my R.M.S.Titanic website if he gets to this, if he has stage 20 up yet. And I will check to see what he does with his stern. If he frosts it or if he just lets it be. Alright, that's that one done. A bit sore out of this, but after this last one, we'll be done at least with the hull. And we'll also be done with this stage, because after these last 2 screws holding down this last section right here, we will be done with the stage. Now the next one will be In 114, we'll be installing the engine room. A few things will need to be replaced, and then all the sides, including the propellers, will be installed. Now, like I said, I'm going to be skipping that stage for now because I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting close to having the engine room done. Now, once I'm done with the engine room, I will be installing it as in a separate video. In fact, I might, after I'm done getting all of the details and everything done, I'm going to title the video strictly engine room, show how both sides are attached, get the central catwalks and details on, and get everything looking just right. Anyways, now that we have all the poop deck details, which this and the two sister ships were honestly the last two ships to actually have a poop deck. We are now done with 113, and like I said, 114 we are going to skip that in the next stage because, like I said, the other room's not quite done it. I do want to scroll down and look through. Anyways, with that, that is the stern side complete. That's how we're looking. Trying to. Now, I'm going to step this aside for now. And I'm going to set the base down now. I'll bring my mat up that you saw in my build video for the submarine, which I've made a few upgrades to. The keep just the small bot in the last station out. Box. Alright, anyways. The base we'll get to in a sec. Right now we need stage 115. Now that I have room, I can find my knife. I can open it. Now we get KP screws, a bunch of bakes and such. Let's open these up and see what we get. In this larger one, I just want to make sure I don't accidentally leave anything in there. We get the front panel and a few sections for the control of the engines, especially at speed. In this smaller one right here, actually I should probably angle that back. Let's see. Come on. Sorry for that. I forgot that you were still aimed in the wrong direction. There we are. That's better. But yeah, we get the front, and then the control and parts that will hold our control, or the front of the control of the handle that will tell the ship how far. We get our faceplate of the telegraph. I already said we get KP screws, which I will place right there on the magnet. Make sure I include some. Get a nice gold plate, which I've already smudged with my fingerprints, especially since I got some oil on it. Can't on my fingers. Oh, wrong side. This is the side of it. And then a few mechanical pieces. Alright, first thing they're going to want us to do is grab the front of the panel and grab this. And the first thing they're going to want us to do, and this is only able to go one way due to how the pegs are shaped, is they're going to want us to attach it onto here. Now, even though it's still nice and tight, I am still going to bring this over. Get a bit of the glue on from here onto the pegs. Make sure I'm going the right way and push it down into place like so. Next, they're going to want us to actually attach this, and just like last time, I don't know how the fit's going to be, but to make sure that it's not going anywhere, nor is it going to fall off. And like I said, it's going to be oriented, only going to go one way, but they do want us to place in. I just heard a nice strong click, so it's actually a pretty strong fit. But I still want to put some glue on just to make sure. That's how we're looking so far. And at the moment, we can set this aside because the next thing they want us to do is, let me make sure I'm grabbing right. All right, yeah, it's this one. Just grab this part. Just move this to the side as well, since we're not going to need that. Because they want us to grab this. Now, this will be tricky. They want us to put the screw in between these two pegs. Sections right here. And this is only one way. Right, they want us to grab this, place it in here, like so. And like I said, this is going to be tight, so before I finish it, I do want to check and see. All right, I see how this is going to go. It's going to be using our KP screws right here to hold it into place. So I'm going to carefully do that. And the spring just went flying. I have to try and find that spring. It's just going to be hard due to the fact that I have to try and rope. Should have knocked it out. Just So that might have to wait. It's not really not flying. I'd rather not have to ask for a new one. I get lucky and I find it. I got some advertisement. Will I find it, or is it lost to the... Oh! I actually got lucky. I found... Sorry, I found it now. Now, let's get this ready. Let's... Is this going to be horned? Okay, yeah, there's a notch, so it's going to go like that. I'm going to place that there. I'm going to place that like so, hold it down, place that, hold it down, and carefully place that on top. Let's see, do I have a... Yeah, I do. Just so it's easier on me, I'm going to grab this clamp right here and use it to hold it in place. There. I actually got lucky there. I was worried I was going to lose that spring, but thankfully I didn't. Now we're going to need 4 of these KP screws. To hold it in place. I just want to double check. Yeah, that's pretty tight. So let's grab this. I'm going to fully cinch down one in each corner first. In fact, I should probably loosen this one a bit. Actually, let's do this. I'll make sure everything's biting nicely to make sure that it's all fully sitting. All right, and now that I have that, I will start fully cinching these down and get the last one in. Okay, that was just my Instagram. Okay, I think I might have gone a bit too far with that one. Oh well. Anyways, that's that. Alright, anyways, now they want us to place that in after we're done with this. Yeah, I may have done something wrong. Let me check something. Let me see. How is this? Is it oriented or? This feels kind of loose somehow. Let me quickly free this. Yeah, that one definitely started eating into the plastic. A bit too much. Carefully look at this. What if I flip it? Right, it looks like it wants to move better this time. Let's do that really quick. Grab the screw. Alright, that feels a whole lot tighter. Yeah, it's not rallying anymore, and it actually is staying together. Yeah, I did eat into that one a bit too much. Alright, I can move that out of the way. But yeah, it's still a bit loose. Huh. I wonder why that's sounding loose like that. Well, it might not matter too much. But we do now bring this back over. And with it like this, we now push it in. And that's going to control how far it goes. And lastly, they want us to put this guy in this way. That would be the connection. Let's see. Seem to fix it. Alright, so yeah. Actually, I think that's only able to go one way. I think it's... Yeah, those pegs are two different sizes, so yeah, it's only able to go one way. But with that, that is this stage complete. Now we can go to stage 16, or 116. Let's open it up. I'm going to keep you there for now. I'm facing down so I don't break you. In this one we get EP and AP screws, which my AP seem to have been taped to this one. And here we get our circuit board. So let's actually set that there. And this one we get another gold plate. Let's look at that one. We get a solid black piece, which would go into the brass or gold looking thing. And after this stage, we will finally be doing our sound test. We get the back plate, and I'm just realizing it's going to be a different battery, which I do not know if I have or not. You get the buttons and the detailed knob that will be used to hide the screw that attaches to this. I don't think I have that battery. I can maybe borrow it from something. And then here's the lever that controls how fast we're going. So this would go right in there. And this is actually made of metal. So it's got a bit of weight. We're done with that box, so we can toss that aside. Alright, so the first thing I want us to do is bring this part, the part that we just did in stage 15, over. And without removing the buttons, just to make it, they want us to place that right there. And then take the circuit board, line everything up, make sure that the light is going into the hole. Well, all the buttons line up, and the screw lines up as well. Place that into the remote and hold it down with 4 AP screws. So 4 of these guys. The EP, I assume, will be used to screw in our handle, which we can set aside for now. Actually, let's move a few of these off to the side. I'll just set that there. Move those up. EP, I will put there. Actually, the AP might be used to attach the 2 halves of the remote here as well. Right, we got our 4 out. Let's set the rest right there. Load one up. And because it looks like, actually, let's make sure. Okay, yeah, it's that metal right there. That's. Yeah. Let's start with that corner right there. And I'm not tying them all the way in just yet. I want to make sure that's got a that at least both sides are okay. Alright, now I'm just gonna fully tie in those 2. But you also want to be careful of this. You don't want to accidentally crack and damage the board. But now that I got those 2 in, let's get this one in. And because you're going to plastic, you do not need to oil. That's 3. And this guy will make 4. And yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna steal a cell battery from maybe the 0 for now. But that's all those buttons in place. I mean, that nice and tight, and also all the buttons clicking nice and well. That's the switch in. That should also make sure you put a good bit of pressure on the wheels, so we should have a nice tight grip on that. But next thing that they want us to do is close this up, so make sure all the pins are aligned. The top two pins are aligned, make sure it's nice and tight. And then once again, using 4 AP screws, we will be fully closing this up. And yeah, like I said, I'm definitely going to be looking into maybe borrowing a cell battery for this, just to do an electronics test. We're done with those AP. Let's put the screws right there. And open up. And just like last time, I'm going to actually no, this one doesn't really matter too much, as long as you don't over tighten, since it seems to be nice and tight. But I'm still going to do a cross pattern. Let me look at the back really quick. Okay, it doesn't say what cell battery I need, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as my Corsair, no, not Corsair, my Zero remote. So after I'm done putting these last two in, I might go and grab that remote, bring it over, and check the battery size, just so I can see what I'm gonna need. Right, anyways, now that that's done, let me see. No, they do. They do tell me to cover it. But I'm not going to do that just yet. Like I said, I do want to put some batteries in a battery in and test the electronics. But we can flip this back over because what they're going to want us to do next, and just like last time, this is only going to be able to go one way. Actually, I think this one doesn't really matter too much because the pegs look like they're properly equally spread out. Oh no, it would matter because you want these three holes to line up with these three, so you are going to want it. Yeah, let me double check something. All right, so they're going to want you to orientate it. Yeah, it matters. So you want 2 pegs on the bottom, 1 on the top, and you want that. Yeah, it's going to matter. Okay. All right. I apologize for the whatever. Anyways, now that that's done, the next thing they're going to want us to do is attach the back plate. Like so. So we have it looking like that so far. And then they tell us to put the cover on, which I'm going to do last. Because next they're going to want us to do is, and it is orientated in one way. One is smaller than the other, and also they want it in line with the stop. Next, We take one of our EP screws. Let's get one. Come on. I just want to put one back. There we are. Let's set that aside because we're not going to need the other one. Let's load the screw up. Oh. Let's hold it in place so that you can get it nice and tight so that it actually will engage. Now it's something's preventing it from going all the way to full. I'm gonna have maybe I have it too tight. Let's try. Huh. Mine's stuck right there. Here, let's completely remove this. Keep that there. Thankfully, it's not too difficult to open this up. Thankfully, it's just the only 4 screws are right here. Let's see what's going on with this. Oh! Shoot, that was a close call. I nearly damaged. Let's open this up. Alright. Well, set that there for now so I can actually see inside. Something's preventing you from going all the way over. Alright, so you do want to go all the way over to a head full, but not stern. Why are you doing that? These are the same screws as the other ones, so yeah, the ones just removed, so I can easily. I wonder, are you just too tight? Let's see. Alright, so yeah, it was just too tight. That's the reason. Something, I just made it a little too tight, so let's try this again. Let's cinch that down. Okay, and again, too tight. Let's try it. Huh. No, it's still too tight. It still doesn't want to go. Okay, let's completely run. Yeah, let's completely remove it since something's not right. All these are the same screws, so it doesn't matter. Still. Something doesn't. Okay, there's something catching right here. Okay. Let's see. So let's try something. Okay, like that. Okay, so really? Is that all? Is it only supposed to be able to go? Huh. That's interesting. Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, now I see. I didn't mess up. It's only able to go a certain distance. Interesting. I don't know why it's not allowed to go a full stern in full reverse. Hmm. So I'm able to go. Huh. I can go up to there, but not past slow. Interesting. Alright. Anyways, let's make sure I get this right again. Let's push this back down. Get the buttons back in. Huh. That's an interesting situation, but at least I now know I didn't make a mistake. I was worried when I saw that I couldn't go ahead stern. But, oh well. At least it's a design feature, not a mistake. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't damage anything. Everything looks like it's still intact and in good condition. Let's make sure everything's cinched down, tight, and then get everything back. Nice. And back together, and once I get everything on, and get this back attached. Okay, looks like a little bit of glue seeped out right there, but you're not really going to see the back too much. That's nice and tight. And like I said, I'm going to make sure everything's still working, so as soon as I'm done with this, and laying those last two parts on, I will be doing a quick electronic test to make sure everything is operational. And I'm going to test the circuit board on the stand, make sure that everything is working. I won't be able to test the lights or the smoke or the actual run, although I will check and see if it actually makes a sound if the engines are moving. Now, I will be buying more of whatever battery is needed for this. Maybe tomorrow. Just so that I can make sure everything that needs a cell battery has one. Besides, I got a few notes that need cell batteries that are dead anyways. Just making sure it's nice and tight. But yeah, that is weird that only goes that far backward. But ahead, it's nice and able to go full. That might be a bit too tight. Let me loosen a bit. Smidge. All right, yeah, that's good. All right, lastly, they want us to all right, but yeah, still a bit tight, but at the very least, I can at least smooth it. I still wonder why it doesn't want me to go all the way to full. But yeah, just before, I might wait on this, since once this is in, it's kind of permanent. There's no way I'm going to get that out. I want to make absolute certain that this is built properly, so the last part right here of this stage will be put on at a later time, or maybe even off camera, since I want to make absolute certain that this is working properly and that I didn't make a mistake when it comes to the back of that. But I did think I was going to do a electronics test, so let me grab this guy. I will put the. Actually, I might leave this cell bearing. Is it supposed to go like that or the other way? Okay, let's try this. Let's put that in like so. Okay, that's not getting any power. So it must be the other way. The positive must go on this way. Unless the battery's dead. If that's the, oh nope, now I got power. Alright, now that I have power here, let's bring this guy back and put this on battery. I wish there was like a indication light that's powered, but come on. Let's see here. Let's try going. Alright, so there is no sound for that. Huh. Nothing. Did I mess something up, or will it only work if the... Well, since it's not doing anything, I might have to wait until... Actually, you know what? I might do one extra step for you guys. That's that step done. Let me look. Let's see where next stage is. Okay. Yeah. It's... telling me not to install the. Alright, so yeah, the sound test might have to wait. Because it's telling me even after installing the circuit board onto here, it's telling me not to put the ship back on the stand. So, okay, this is going to be. I don't think it's circuit board again. Okay, yeah, I see. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna just call it there for now. I'll ask about this guy right here and see if anyone knows if that's supposed to be like that. Because I am really curious as to why it doesn't want to go to full, or why they don't want us going full reverse, but only full ahead. If that's normal or if. But yeah, anyways, that's just going to be it for today. However, I will show you guys some modifications I made. I have painted some brass knobs. I've also painted a small black spot on the wheel right here, so that's some additional stuff I did with that. I've highlighted the vents, not cleanly, but decent enough on the top of the climb tower. And I've also painted the binoculars a bit more. I've painted this up a little bit more to make it look more realistic. And lastly, like I said, also added those additional liners, lining into that panel lining into here, so it actually has a. Now I'm not sure. Now that last stage of Pack 20, I will work on at a later stage. And as for that circuit board thing, why it's telling me not to fit the hole onto the stand once I have it in, I don't know why that is. I will look around on. Until then, I will keep batteries in on both of them. Leave this one off. I will buy some new ones to replace this one, maybe a few others. But that will be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and once I get more of the room for this done, I will do an additional video showing the engine room being assembled, more importantly, it being installed into the ship. Till then, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.